Why dogs rub on your legs? Knowing our friend implies wanting more and better. We tend too much to believe that their gestures, their reactions and mimics have the same meaning as ours. By mistaking ourselves in our deductions and interpretations, we create tensions in our relationship that are purely due to our ignorance. One of the most frequent and typical gestures of female and male dogs is to take our legs with their legs, while performing rhythmic movements with the back. Obviously, this behavior seems sexual, but the important thing is to know that sex and its manifestations are very different between animals and humans. It is excessive to consider that the dog or the bitch that rubs against us acts solely by instinct of reproduction or to obtain pleasure. The proof is that we often find this behavior in the youngest puppies and in adults outside of any rutting season. Therefore it follows that this gesture has several meanings. In the first place, it is true that it is a sexual instinct, but one that begins at an early age with desire, the need to impose itself on the family hierarchy. It is first of all, an act of dominion over others, in particular of brothers, a gesture of authority that would be dangerous to suppress. When a dog repeats this mania in excess, we can say that he is looking for a kind of security, his place in the family, in some way, his own personality. To make them with men means that he is in some way, something deprived or frustrated of contact with his peers. Do not take it for jokes, but it is showing that dogs that do not have normal relationships with other dogs, but only with cats or other animals, do not know what they are. We must not punish this search for identity or favor it, we should only reject it by withdrawing our leg without paying attention to this small and inevitable detour. Actually, it is not so difficult to remove our leg quickly when the animal approaches without showing anger. Let us always remember that we are faced with atavistic instincts deeply rooted in the dog, which come from a time when the dog was still simply following what his natural instinct dictated. These are gestures that contributed to sexual and nervous balance. If we quarrel more than we should, our little companion will later suffer more serious deviations from his instincts, being able to reach the case that rejects the female or the male that is offered to reproduce. Shyness is also a behavioral problem in the animal. Dogs, perhaps more than other animals, because they are very closely linked to the life of man, need to have contacts with their peers, even if they are not of a sexual nature. The games are part of their education. Smell, touch come into play to learn to know the opposite sex. Our role here is only to make these games and this natural learning take place in due time in the best conditions. If you liked this video, share it in your WASP, in addition to your social networks, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Now please write us a comment. I send you a big hug. Do not forget to also ask for advice in the link of the description of this video, where it says click here. Thank you.